Hey guys, I am so sorry. I actually wanted to click on go live and I clicked on end live. So that's what's happened. And sorry, I'm like a little bit like tired. This will be like a long day, but I am so excited for all of the things that we're going to do today. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I kind of been talking all day. I found the word I don't know regarding Bisara and Joe Barrett. It's a verb. No, Bisara is like the soap that we eat mostly in winter time because it's kind of warm, like your body. Joe Barrett, the weather is cold. Alhamdulillah, Barcelona. I don't speak Spanish, but I the only thing that I understood is like Barcelona, Bonanit. I don't get that. Oh, Kristen, it's not a bad word, at least for me. Tat Tathaza is kind of like you are fart. Like it depends on the context. It's either like she farts or like you fart. Is the verb is like it depends on the context, to be honest. It's like khazaq, it's like to fart. It depends on like the context because sometimes like this like a slang, it's mean like if someone like that khazaq is kind of jumping on topics. Yeah, definitely it's a joke. Like sometimes like we joking around like using that. It's not a bad word. Assalamu alaikum. كده لاباس الحمد لله كل شيء مزيان. Thank you Fatem Zara. Where are you from? Kashan from India, and I have a girlfriend from Morocco. Yes, a lot of like Morocco, people who like learn Darija is like because they have boyfriends or girlfriends in Morocco. That's why. But yes, like Moroccan girls are the best. That's why I want to learn Darija. No, that's good. Can you please conjugate the past tense of sifat? I'm using how to say I sent. Well, yeah. So here's the thing. So when you are like conjugating in past tense, and there is like a verb, for example, ending with t, and you want to make it past tense, like you just like emphasize on it. So you don't like really add anything. So you just like say sifat, sifat. So that's it's kind of you kind of emphasize it even more. There is like no difference, Nick. The difference is like about the region. So for example, I am from Rabat, and Rabat Sadi, and I've been in Kenitra as well, Kenitra. So it's actually like in big cities there is like a mix of people from different like cities. So I do use bud. I might like say like verbs with ka or with ta, but specifically in Marrakesh they mostly like use ta. For example, if I want to say I'm working right now, I would say تنخدم دابا. And if you said كنخدم دابا, that's totally okay. So native understand would. It's just about like what parts from Morocco they are that they would like use certain thing. But ta and ka, it's mean like you are talking in present tense. So I am from Canada. Welcome to people from Canada. Nico, assalamu alaikum. I am doing great. I am feeling much better, thank God. My health is good, way better than before. So I am feeling like much better, especially after like my break. She is Islam and I'm Hindu. Oh, well, honestly, as a Muslim woman, they are not able to like get married from someone who's not like Muslim. That's just like for the future. So it's like just not. It's hard. I'm so sorry, guys. Like you might hear my voice a little bit weird because I think I caught a cold, but it's not bad. So. Yeah, but really, guys, like when it comes to the conjugation of the verbs, like you just keep like an open mind and like take it step by step. And thank you. And yeah, it's like not that difficult. It's just like need time and practice, just as any other language. Are there cities which don't use the ka and time prefix at all? Um, I think it's like rally. It's not like all the time. Sometimes I think maybe in fast, they might sometimes like drop both of them, the ka and ta, but not all the time. Yeah, like I mean, like it's not like a, yeah, huge deal. You know, when you are like in a certain level in Darija, you don't even care anymore because you know that you are saying things correctly. So they kind of drop it if they are speaking fast. And but no, not like most of the cities they still like use like one of the two. If they are like saying okay, تنخدم كل نهار, but like you might not hear it if they are speaking too fast. That's the thing. Okay, because in Pakistan, I think it's very late over there, right? Yes. Okay. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me. Is I haven't went live for a very long time. It's been like probably I don't know, like many months. I don't even remember what when was like the last time I went live. Salam Fiula, كي دايرة لاباس عليك? Are you doing well? مزيان? It's just like I would advise you when you are like learning, to get the fluency is kind of by like shadowing like natives, like using things many times, like saying them out loud, not like just in your head. And for example, you can see like how Moroccans like using the greetings very fast because we are so used to it. So it's like really good to be also like used to it and like very saying it like you just like naturally like كداير or كدايرة لاباس عليك كل شيء مزيان كل شيء بخير Alhamdulillah. So certain words like kind of when you are saying it quite a lot. This was a dead joke, but sentences might need correction. Okay, I'm ready for it. What are your views on Hassani Arabic? Is it different? Is it close to Darija? I would say it's more close to Arabic. So for the others who doesn't know like Hassania, Hassania is like spoken in the south of Morocco, and I find it a little bit. I don't know a lot of people to be honest from the south. Like I don't like really know a lot of people, but they speak different. Yeah, they speak like different. And there is like two differences. There is like the Arabic, the Darija that's spoken in the south, and there is Hassania. And Hassania is mostly they use their dialects kind of like the places in Mauritania, and it's more of like standard Arabic words than like other words. So it's like more influence from like standard Arabic, and Darija is more influence, for example, in the middle from like French and English, and in the north they might use some Spanish words. So it's depending on what area in Morocco. كريستيان إكسام أنا كنا ناكل بسارة كنتفرج واحد الفيلم غنى بكري أوكي كراك كناكل with the N. أنا كناكل بسارة I'm eating بسارة كنتفرج في واحد الفيلم I'm watching a movie من بعد غنعس بكري and after that I'm going to sleep early. Yes, that's true. He's not like lying. So البصرة تتحزق مع هذا البرد. Um, that's actually a funny sentence. It's actually the bisara because it's from like this kind of beans. It's like give you gases, so you will have a lot of gas. So what he said is like when he's going to drink this like soap, Moroccan soap, it make your body warm in the cold winter, but actually it will make you having a lot of gases, and so that he's going to be like farting a lot. So his it's a funny sentence. In Moroccans we would like say it like in a funny way. So it's not just that and the beans and chickpeas. So it's really known in Morocco when you eat that, like people will like fart a lot. So yeah, he's just saying like and that's like 100%. If you're going to eat bisana and sleep, you will hear a lot of people farting for sure. It's just a funny thing. Um, let me see, Midian. I text you about the online course. My sister said she needs to find out if my card works online. I'm going to check the messages like Thiola. It's just like I've been a little bit like busy today. I took like a couple of hours in the morning. Then I had to like record a video. Then I've been like messaging some like of my students, and then I had to record another video. So it's been just a lot of things. I didn't even go out today. من بعد غنعس بكري. I already read that. How is the corona in Morocco? Do you think they will open the borders after stopping the flights in 2 weeks? I don't think so. They haven't said anything about it. I heard it might be till like February. Yeah, but it's still like no, they did not see much about it. And I would not even expect this time, because every time we think, okay, it's over, and it's not over. So we are just kind of like going with the flow, and we hope for the best. Yes, Darija is the most common spoken language in the Morocco, and the second one is going to be like Tamazight, and then like Sania. So the Darija that you guys hear me like speaking is the Darija that's like mostly in all of the cities, and it's like the one that like used in on TV with like and also like on series and movies. So that's like the language that's mostly spoken. And northern Morocco, they have an accent for sure. There is some different words. They might like use like some more of Spanish words more than we do in the middle of Morocco. So yeah, there is like difference. It's just like as any other country. There is some different accents, different words, that's different vocabularies, but yeah, it's not like a huge difference. We still understand each other. I do understand French quite a lot, but I haven't spoke any French probably more than 10, 12 years. If someone spoke to me in French, I will understand. If I read it, I will understand. I don't speak it. I don't like it. Sorry for French people. I love when I hear French, but I don't like to speak it. I don't speak Amazigh because I'm Arab, and they just like started teaching Amazigh in primary school for like the kids. So when I was a kid, there wasn't anyone to teach me Amazigh. Since like both of my parents are Arab, so my father is from the north actually, and my mom is from Qalat Saragna, is near from Marrakesh. And I grew up, and they both like actually grew up in like Rabat, Sali, and Casablanca as well. I do understand some Spanish. I started learning it, but I did not finish. تقدري تهضري بالفرنساوية أو بالتمازيغية أو إسبانيا. We say إسبانيا بالإسبانية. تهيا. This is another thing. So in English, you see also. For us, we see ta, and either huwa or hiya, depending of if it's the noun, if it's feminine or masculine. So for example, if I wanted to say, are you speaking Spanish as well, or also, I would say, واش كتهدر بإسبانيا حتى هي. So حتى هي, because all languages are feminine. So is there is any way to translate English to Derisia vice versa? I think there is some app on like maybe on online, but I don't know if all the words are correct. I think one of my students shared this with the other students, but I don't like really remember. But actually, there's like not like a great resource when it comes to translation. There is like a dictionary that you'll find on Amazon, but there are like some old words, because Darija basically is kind of like changing all of the time. So it's like we kind of like started using more English words, and it's kind of like changes. I am still going to be live a lot, like in the future, inshallah. I'm just making this like live to answer any of your questions, chat with you, and see what you need the most. This way, I can see what kind of content I'm going to create for you and what listens you need the most. أنا البارح طيبت بصارة. Kristen, do you know how to make bisara? I actually would not eat bisara except if it's with harissa. So harissa is a very spicy sauce. So I would not eat that soup without like the spicy sauce. It's just like I would need like to eat something spicy with it. بالصحة Kristen, that's like a very correct sentence, absolutely 100%. شنو عجبك بزاف في المغرب without what couldn't live؟ شنو كاينة without what you couldn't live؟ شنو كاينة غير في المغرب؟ شنو كاين غير في المغرب؟ What's just in Morocco? I love like your sentence, Mary, is very correct. شنو عجبك بزاف في المغرب? What do you like a lot in Morocco? Oh, and I can't live without it, and it's only in Morocco. Yeah, I don't know. I like a lot of things. كنظن ربما I heard that like vegetables and fruits are taste way better in Morocco, and I love fruits a lot. I love vegetables a lot, and so if I went another country and I found that the taste is not the same, I would not be happy. um, I'm not sure what if I like I. It's always hard for me Well, Nicole, coffee, yes. I cannot live without coffee. That's for sure. But I think I think like also coffee it's good in Italy because I had a cousin that she used to send me coffee from Italy and I used to love it, and also from France. So I would say if maybe coffee tastes also better in other countries. Salam everybody and Kathy. Salam Elizabeth. I am Portuguese and from Portugal and I want to learn Darija. That's really good. Okay, so like in a few minutes, we're going to learn how to say like why you're trying to learn Darija, and we will try to make some sentences depending on like your reason. واش كتهضري بإسبانيا حتى هي؟ Okay, Nick, that's like a really good sentence. Well, I would say like un poco or like poquito. I forgot like Spanish. I have learned pretty much like just few days. I swear, like I think like I took Spanish for like probably 3 4 days last year, and it stuck to my mind a lot of just like random words. Did I spell understand? Yeah, kind of. It's like just drop the second vowel. كتهدر. But basically you have to add I in the end because you are asking me and I'm a female. So you have to say واش كتهدري بإسبانيا or إسبانيا حتى هي, like to mean as well. Yes. I mean yes for the sentence, not yes I speak it. I am not fluent in it, no. love هريسة. كتعجبني الهريسة بزاف. كتعجبني is I like, science like هريسة is feminine, so I would say كتعجبني الهريسة بزاف, like a lot. I eat it with pretty much everything. I want to say thank you. I learned so much from your videos. I am glad that you are watching the videos and enjoying them, and I'm trying to make them again. I'm trying to make space in my life to have time for YouTube, for myself, for work, for pretty much everything. Hope for the best. Can you translate song Razil like Blabik? Nick, it's really hard for me to translate the songs for two reasons. It takes forever, and I would not say I'm lazy. It's just for the songs, most of like Darija songs, they kind of like pick words that will suit the rhythm. So they are not always using like all of it Darija, if that makes sense. So they might like take some words from Arabic, some words from maybe Egyptian dialects, so anything that will make the songs kind of like go one way. But yeah, but if it's like just like some sentences from it that you needed to ask me, I would like love to translate it. The best coffee is from Portugal, Katie. I never tried any coffee from Portugal. Now that you said that, I was just like ask anyone who's coming from Portugal to bring me one. We will try to serve you the best taste if you visit in Pakistan, inshallah. All homemade. Thank you. Is your name Khalid? Okay, thank you. That's so sweet of you. But I think like maybe in future I might be like doing some traveling. I should like finish traveling in Morocco first. It is hard to find a job in Morocco. Yes, it is really hard. It's hard for people who doesn't have someone who will help them, and it's hard like to find certain jobs. I would say yeah, and that's why like a lot of like Moroccans, especially like young Moroccans who finished and took their degree, it's really hard for them to find a job. Especially, I think the bad thing that I don't like about Moroccans somehow like for poor people or like people who are like in the middle, it's like fine for them hard for them to find a job because to get a job you need to give money to get a job, or maybe you have to know someone who will get you that job. So yeah, and I'm just like saying my honest like opinion about it. It's not always easy, and that's why most of like young Moroccans or like adults, young adults, they try to get out of Morocco to find a job. So that's the only reason. Which is easy to learn, Arabic or Darija? So I'm speaking both of them. I would say modern standard Arabic because it's kind of like a language that should be like perfectly learned. It should be like no mistakes. They usually can like get away with it. You can get away with a lot of things. So for example, if you forgot like a word in Darija, you can use the English or the French words, and people will still understand you because most of Moroccans like speak the second language. Arabic would not accept that. Arabic is no way you should do that. Like you have to have like a perfect Arabic. Yes, so it's not, that's not easy. And also when it's come to grammar, Arabic is really difficult, has really difficult grammar and a lot of complication. It's still like totally worth it. It's like a really good language to learn if you want like to read novels and if you want to go for the literature and stuff like that. Darija is good to learn if you want to communicate with Moroccans and live in the country. So I'm doing good. I am so sorry, guys. I'm trying to breathe well because I caught a cold, so it's it doesn't make it easy for me today. Is your main work being teacher, or do you have other work as well? Yeah, I never like it's. I would say I'm doing different things. I'm doing different things. Like doing like one thing in Morocco would not like help you out, to be honest. Yeah, but I am still like thinking about doing different thing in the future, inshallah. But my main job, actually, yeah, my main job, I would say like teacher. I am teaching, I am coaching. But yeah, I have a lot of things in mind that I want to try. That I hope that I'll be able to do so like next year, inshallah. كوثر أشنو أهل جدبة. I'm sorry, I just like read this and I laughed because I haven't heard this in a very long time, and it's like the term is like funny. I heard this in a song and I cannot find much information. Yeah, you cannot find much information about Ahl Jidba because it's a kind of something cultural, it's something very old, something that rarely you will find in real life anymore. Is Ahl Jidba, Ahl is from like the kind of the family. Judba is okay, so it's crazy. You know, this kind of crazy like groups who kind of like go crazy with the music and they start like kind of hitting each like themselves and like dancing crazy and going crazy and believing in like jinn and ghosts and all of that. So that's what Ahl Jidba. They are like a group of people who believe in like jinn and ghosts and all of these kind of things. And you will do kind of like a gathering, and that's what's called Ahl. And Jidba is this starts kind of giving like a sacrifice or something like that, and they put like a crazy music and they start like dancing kind of in a crazy way, and they call them Ahl Jidba, and that's what's called. And Jidba came from like really crushing like your skin or something like that. So I don't think that exists anymore, but it used to be. It's like something Moroccan, yeah. And when they are saying it in the songs, it's just like making like people, normal people, like say, oh, you have to dance crazy, but it's not the literal meaning of that. It's just like they are asking or like saying that like you dancing crazy or dance crazy depending on the context. What happened, okay, Nick, what happened when there is a word in the region that is that you personally don't know, understand, when you were a kid? Like, was there a Darija dictionary you could reference? Okay, so here's the thing. So when we speak Darija, like we don't learn it at school or anything. Like it's like kind of natural. It's like you hear it, like all everyone speak it. But when we go to like for school, so we are studying modern standard Arabic, we're studying a lot of things. So we don't like really think about Darija at school. It's like just the words that we learn from our parents. And when you ask my parents, for example, what is that word, he will explain it and go around it and try to explain it. So no dictionary. But if you are looking for there is a dictionary that is like on Amazon, excuse me, there is a dictionary that you can find. Do you have to have a degree to do most basic jobs in Morocco? No. Most like you need to have like at least like high school diploma or middle school for like the very basic jobs. Like you don't really need to have like a BE degree or something like that. Regarding the job, global business and economic rapidly changing today's demands. Most of like Moroccan jobs, like you need to know French because most of the companies are still working with French, and now like French by itself is not enough. So thanks, I love your videos. You're very welcome. I'm so happy to be able to do streaming. How can I translate English into Darija? You can't. It's not like a official language yet, and I hope that in the future they will change that. I really hope so. Do you listen to Zaho, Hakima, Iman, Razin? I do not like listen to Arabic music a lot. Um, no, so I Fnair, yes, I used to like long ago, not anymore. No specific reason. They are having amazing songs. No specific reason. I think it's just like the taste of people like change. And for me, I mostly like listen. When I listen to the songs, I listen to the lyrics. So I'm mostly like about the words and then the music. So most of Moroccan songs sometimes they don't do that, and it doesn't make sense for me because they keep randomly singing, except of like the new songs, like the pop songs. So I like them. So yeah. كتقري حتى الفُسحة ولا غير الدارجة؟ كنقري غير الدارجة just الدارجة. I'm not like teaching فُسحة. فُسحة is another word. I am focusing on Darija and also like I'm focusing on creating like more resources for Darija learning. There's a lot of people who teach Fusha, but not many teaching Darija. So I try my best like to give more for that, like so I can help like people who needing to learn Darija. What is the hardest thing to for you to learn in English? How did you overcome it? I would not say that anything was hard for me when learning English because I was enjoying it. I was doing it out of fun. It was just like something fun to do for me. It wasn't like something like it was forced for me. Like I was just doing it because I loved it. I loved the sound of it. I loved everything in it. I think the hardest thing it was getting rid of the accent and the vowels because as a Arabic speaker and then like French is the second like language, it was really hard for me to forget about the French vowels and start learning. Sorry, I was just like reading and learning like the English one. So I think like maybe this is like what's the hard thing about it. Well, I did actually like studied in university because I'm like a linguistic major. So we studied like phonology, morphology, semantics, and all of these kind of things. It was really crazy, but yeah. Yeah, I am a very honest person. I would not teach Arabic. Yeah, I would not teach modern standard Arabic. I love reading novels in modern standard Arabic and I enjoy it. I go for what I love and I'm very passionate about Darija and my passion for Arabic is just me reading it, not teaching it. I would not do that. I would leave it for someone who really love to do so. And there's a lot of amazing people who teach modern standard Arabic. For me, I love teaching Darija because it's very unique. And the reason why I'm teaching like Darija is like really like has this uniqueness about it when it comes to the sounds, when it comes to the craziness of it, when it comes to the mix of languages, when it comes to like every time we are using different words. Yeah, like yeah, learn Arabic with Maha is great. Maha is a great person who've been like teaching modern standard Arabic for many, many, many years. And I think she's from Palestine, as you said, Riaz. So yeah, like she's doing it, she's loving it. And for example, for me, I love Derija and I'm doing it with all of my hearts. And so yeah, I would not like do something I am not like into it. Is it difficult for Moroccans to visit the States? Yes, it's very difficult because you would need a visa. And if you are someone who's young, as me, they will question if you are coming back to Morocco. So you have to have a reason, you have to give them evidence, you have to have like a good amount of money in your bank, you have to have at least like a house or like a stable job that you will come back to. So they will ask you quite a lot of questions. There is an interview that they give you. You might get accepted, you might not, but it's like really process and you have to like spend money on it and a lot of things. It's not easy at all. Like no, it's really hard to for Moroccans to visit the States for sure. شكرا بزاف for teaching Darija. Please never stop. I didn't find one. No one similar to you. There's basically no one teaching Darija except basic one. You're very welcome, Mary. I'm glad that I'm able to do so. And it was not like the easiest, but I enjoy it. So it was kind of easy for me to keep working. It's like hard because like when you are an English teacher or like any other language teacher, there is a lot of books and you can use them as a resource, give them to your students and work with those books. For me, I have to create my own PDFs, my own everything. And so it's like takes a lot of time, but it definitely worth it when you are helping someone who needs to be like needs to learn. هي عندها قلبي. Okay, I'm trying to understand what you mean by هي عندها قلبي. She has my heart. Oh, there is like another thing that you need to be careful. Do not do the literal translation. Not all the time. It does not always work all the time. For example, the expression "she has my heart." We don't really say that in Darija. We are not that romantic. We would say like عزيزة عليا. She's there to me. Or we would say like كتدخل خاطر, she enters the heart. We have like different expressions, but we would not say she has my heart. So you would not like use that. What's the difference between عندي, ديالي, ليا, and ما? Okay, so عندي is I have, but it's not as the English one. So we use it to talk about possessions, to talk about families. I have a family here. And also like if you are talking about like your age, you would say like I have a certain age. So you would use that. ديالي is mean mine. So for example, if I ask you, oh, who's this book belong to? ديال من هذا الكتاب? You can ask me with ديالي. Lia is mean to me or for me, and مع it's mean with. There is no need to go to the US comment to and the comment to bring to the US. I was not like saying I am going to the state to US. If like long ago I used to think, oh, I have to go to America for that and this, but actually I am not planning on moving to any other country. I am going to stay in Morocco, and if I wanted to, I would go visit other countries and come back to Morocco because I'm loving it here. هاي لاباس عليك؟ الحمد لله كلشي مزيان. انا باكستاني داير كوثر. شكرا. I am doing good, thank you. شكرا بزاف. تا لاباس عليك؟ Which dialect do you find the hardest to understand as a Moroccan? Which dialects have you never heard before? Okay, so Hassani, the south one, I don't know any. I don't have any friends from the south, so I think maybe it's going to be a little bit different for me, but still I will understand them for sure. I went to the north, it was fine. Already my family are from the north, but there are some words that a little bit like not the same. I think maybe like the places, the cities like from like Algeria, and for example like Wujda, they speak a little bit differently. We still understand them, so I would not like say there is like dialect that's hard to understand. But I think maybe if like you went to the mountains, the places in the mountains, I might find like hard to understand them because the old people speak a little bit differently. Why do some Arabic speakers not roll their with and others do roll? You mean like the ra? Okay, so like some Moroccans find it hard to pronounce it since they are like lil. And I think it's just like about person. It's like a personal thing. I'm sorry about the noises. I think my family. Is it common for Moroccans to marry other religion? What do you mean? To marry someone who's from another religion? Okay, for men they are allowed because so for like Muslim men, Moroccan men, they are allowed to marry any woman from any other religion, even if she's like Christian or like she's like Jewish, you know. But for a woman, if she wants to marry someone from another country, he has to be either a Muslim or convert to Islam. and there is like some reason in it in Islam, and it's just when it comes to the kids, not to be confused in future and stuff like that. But yes, like Moroccans like really get married from a lot of like people from different countries. It's very known, it's very common, it's normal. And the families would not like say, for example, if I told my father I'm going to get married with someone from another country, he would not like say no, you're not allowed. So he would just like say, how did you know him? Is he Muslim? Is he going to take care of you? Something like that. Inshallah. Inshallah. Well, I wish you the best. Okay, if there is any questions, I literally like just like did this one. I did wanted to review with you the first lesson, but I did not like know if like you guys are going to be beginners or intermediates, and I did wanted like to answer questions first before like starting anything. You're welcome. I think it's just like cultural thing. I think Moroccans are very like open-minded, and they are not like, I think a lot of like people like say, okay, so Morocco is in Africa and is a Muslim country, Arab country, so it's going to be like crazy, like strict and stuff like that. But really, it's like when you live in Morocco, it's like anything that you need, you find. It's not a huge thing. My girlfriend is from Morocco and she's Muslim, and I'm from India and I'm Hindu. Well, I think I had like some students before they had the same problem. And I think it's like really up to you. I cannot like tell you something. I don't know her. I don't know if she's going to accept, but definitely her parents would not be okay with this. And it's even in the country, if you want to get married, like you need to know that you are Muslims. So I think this is like something you need to talk with her to see like what she's her opinion and her family is about. I don't know. For me, if it was me, I would not be able to be honest, because I'm Muslim, and at least like I would want someone who's like believe in God, if that makes sense, because God is very important. It depends on the person if like if she's like religious or not. So I have a I have to take a test, so I will be leaving the stream. But thank you so much. Take care. You're very welcome, Nick. I'm so happy to see your questions and be able to answer them. If you have any questions in future, make sure to put them in any of the comments or just like message me directly. Okay, what about the others? Do you have any questions? Okay, let me know, guys, if you are like, okay, so let's like start like the lesson by making certain sentences. So تعلم درجة مع القدوس. Sorry, like you made me laugh. Like, why specifically علّا القدوس? Why didn't like pick another person? He said like I'm learning Darija to speak with علّا القدوس, and I was like, why exactly this person? Okay, so everyone have a different reason to learn Darija. So you would like use the present tense because you are like still learning it. So you would say كان تعلم, كان تعلم, كان تعلم, for example, Darija, and that's mean I'm learning Darija. You can like take notes from this. I'm just like typing right now. كان تعلم Darija. I'm learning Darija, and then you will continue depending on why you learn it. So, for example, you can say كان تعلم Darija hit. Hit, it's mean like because. So some Moroccans say hit, some Moroccans say hitesh, and some Moroccan. Oh, sorry, I was not typing. It is hit and hitesh, and it is also hint. It depending on the place, and all of them it's me because. Actually, this is like a long one. It's mean ala حقاش, but it's like an old word. I don't know if like they are still using it, but I'm going to write it anyway. Ala ala حقاش, and I know it's very difficult for like beginners because it has like the numbers, and if you don't know the numbers, I did like had many lives and videos on it. I'm sorry, like my voice is kind of weird. It's just like واخا. حيت. No, actually, Aziz al-Maghribi. Well, حيت is not same as حيت and حيتاش. حيت in modern standard Arabic is kind of different. So in like because in modern standard Arabic is لأن, so it's not the same. I think I've already done that, like the video about like sample sentences. I already do this also on questions. Okay, so كنتعلم درجة حيت حيتاج or hint because you can either say I have a girlfriend. To say I have a girlfriend, you say like you say like I am in a relationship. You would say like مصاحب or مصاحبة, and that's mean having like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and it's an adjective. And girlfriend. I am so slow in typing, so sorry guys. Yeah, I don't text often. Okay, so msahib, if you are like a man saying I am in a relationship with a Moroccan or something, you would say msahib. Msahba is like when you are a girl and saying I have a boyfriend. So that's an adjective. For example, we can see كنتعلم درجة, I'm learning درجة حيت أنا is like I am or am or just I. And then you would use the adjective. And if you want to say with a Moroccan, you would say Maghribi if it's a man. If it's a woman, it's going to be, let's see, with a Moroccan. And if it's like a Moroccan female, you would say Maghribiya. 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 If you are not sure about one of the pronunciation, ask me and I'm going to repeat it again. Maghribiya is Moroccan woman. Okay, if you are learning Darija because you live here, you would say like كنتعلم الدارجة حيت because كنسكن في المغرب, I live in Morocco. كنسكن or كنسكن, like you might hear both of them, كنسكن في المغرب. And that means I live in Morocco. Okay? Now try to make your own sentence. So why are you learning Darija? I'm going to put this question. علاش كتعلم للدارجة? If you are a female, I would say like علاش كتعلمي للدارجة? Why you are learning Darija? Okay. علاش كتعلم للدارجة or علاش كتعلمي للدارجة why you learning دارجة. To my eastern neighbor country, dude, I am really sorry for military German chief staff kid in the did I like missed one of the messages because I'm confused. كنتعلم دارجة حيت كتعجبني نسافر المغرب. Kristen, what did we say? When we have like I like plus a verb, we would say always كيعجبني نسافر المغرب. كنتعلم الدارجة حيت كيعجبني نسافر المغرب. I like to travel to Morocco. كيعجبني نسافر. Oh, I'm not typing again. I like to travel. ماشي مشكل كريستينا. Okay. كيعجبني نسافر للمغرب. أنا كنتعلم درجة حيت مغربي مصاحب. Yeah. Oh, you have to switch it. You will see this one. So that's mean in relationship with a Moroccan. Okay. Ali, Alison, I miss you so much. It's been like so long. I haven't talked to you like probably I don't know how many months, and I am so happy to be live and see you there. It just like makes me remember all like the lives that I've been doing last year. كنتمنى تكوني بخير. That's a perfect sentence. I hope that you're doing well. أنا بخير الحمد لله. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. كنتمنى تكوني بخير. I hope that you're doing well. Thank you, brother. Yeah, because like we would start with the adjective, like it's still like as in English, like مصاحبة is like in a relationship, in a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. B is like with, Maghribi is Moroccan. And I did say to my students that we use b with food. If I explain that, it's going to sound so bad. But yeah, when we say like I'm in a relationship with or married with, we use actually b. We don't use ma. Okay, so that's like a really good sentence for like Christina and for like Elizabeth. So who else going to try the sentence? Yes, أنا توحشتك بزاف. I miss you a lot. I am so excited, so happy to see you. It's like really like seeing my old students. Like it just makes all the memories come back. It's like really nice memories. Okay, guys. Like yeah, we had a question. علاش كتعلم if اسمان or علاش كتعلمي الدارجة? So Christina said because حيت كيعجبني نسافر المغرب because I like to travel to Morocco. And Elizabeth said because مصاحبة بمغربي or مع مغربي is either way going to be correct anyways. And let's see. كنتعلم دارجة حيت راجلي مغربي. Alison, did you get married? Or like you are just using it to say like my man? Because it works both. Like because when we say like Rajli, it's mean my man, could be like my guy or like my husband. But yeah, it's a correct sentence. Oh, why am I always not typing? Let me do that again. Okay, دارجة المغربية فقيرة ومسكينة لذا يجب إغناؤها بمصطلحات عربية رغم أن هذه الآخرة أصبحت مريضة لكن في المعرفي أنت أختار بدل. Well, I think like Darija سوف تكون جد غنية. I think it's like Darija is going to have like more resources in future for sure, and I am so positive about that because I know for sure it can be done. And I love how Darija is very like unique and like I think a lot of people can learn it if they put their head into it. I'm sorry I'm talking and speaking at the same time. Is there any job regarding botany in Morocco? Not sure, to be honest. I don't know much about that. I don't know. Like jobs, finding a job in Morocco is not the easiest thing. And when it comes to this, I don't know. It's going to be not something. It's not a common thing, to be honest. Like when it comes to the putting, that makes sense. Yes, I did. Mabruk. Like, congratulations, Alison. I didn't know that. Mabruk. That's great. كنتعلم and فاطمة زهرة كنتعلم دارجة حيت بغيت نسكن في المغرب. Yes, we use less vowels, but it's totally fine to use the vowels when you already like sure about context. كنتعلم دارجة حيت بغيت نسكن في المغرب because I want to live in Morocco. Inshallah, that's for sure. What's the meaning? The meaning of what Fatima Elizabeth is. Do you want me to translate that question or you are asking about something specific? Hello, Wajib Alison. I am so happy that it happened. من المغاربة أولا قبل الأجانب يعرفون درجتهم. I don't know how to answer that, Azuz. I think like Moroccans really like not knowing a lot about Darija when it comes to the structure and the grammar. So if you ask like just a normal Moroccan and you say, oh, it's not a language, doesn't have any rules, doesn't have any that, like you cannot learn it, stuff like that. But yeah, I want to translate Fatima. sentences. Oh yeah. I'm going to write it again in my way. زوج ينطقها جوج. Well, okay, so that's not a thing, you know. Like you are comparing Arabic to Darija, so yes, like Zuj, in Dari, like modern standard Arabic, like itnan, and like you cannot like really control how a person is speaking. So we cannot like really do that, and that's what makes it unique. It makes it hard as well, but even for me as a Moroccan, I might say something a little bit differently, and someone will say it like in a different way. It doesn't make them wrong. It doesn't make me wrong. It's like because they grew up in a certain family, and I grew up in a certain family. I mean, yeah, I love like the uniqueness. Diversity in language is really nice. It's like kind of like when I think in America there are like some people saying ask and some of them saying ask. So you cannot tell them like keep telling them like do not like see ask me instead of like ask me. It's just because they are in that place doesn't, yeah, like you can say like it makes them wrong, but it's like you accept it. It's just because they are from a part of the state. Some people saying soda, some people saying like coke, some people saying like poop. So it's like totally fine. It makes it unique. Okay. So yeah, كنتعلم الدارجة حين بغيت نسكن في المغرب. I'm going to write it for you. كنتعلم ل I'm writing in the wrong place again. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I'm repeating it slowly. كنتعلم الدارجة. I'm learning دارجة. حيت بغيت because I want نسكن to live في المغرب. I want, I'm sorry, learning Derisia because it's so sad that there is like no audio recording to type that because I want to live in Morocco. If you have any question, guys, like please ask me. Okay, Fatim Zahra. But yeah, Fatima, like what place in Morocco you're trying to live in? In a plaza. Basically, in Morocco, sometimes instead of saying like what city you planning to live in, I would say like what place, and that's mean what city. So I would say Ina Blasa is going to be kind of like look like you're going to say like Blaka, but actually we say like Ina Blasa. I'm trying to correct that, like which place, literally which place to mean what city. In Medina is like what city. So Moroccans might ask you either way. In a Blasa is like which place to mean like you plan to live in, or in Medina, literally what city. You're very welcome. So yes. Okay, so that's one of the reasons some Moroccan, some like people who are learning, they are learning because they want to communicate not with the husband or the wife, but with his family. So you would say بغيت نتعلم الدارجة على وديت, and على وديت is mean for or for the reason or like thanks to or like because it's not like because of but for. So بغيت نتعلم الدارجة على وديت العائلة is like the family ديال راجلي or maybe مراتي. So here بغيت نتعلم I want to learn للدارجة to دارجة على وديت is for العائلة ديال راجلي the family of my husband or العائلة ديال مراتي the family of my wife. So I want you to remember the word على وديت because it's very important. على وديت is mean for something very important. Azuz, we are not like really here doing what word is better. Like modern standard Arabic is better than Darija. Modern standard Arabic is a beautiful, amazing language. It's like a language that is there. Darija is another different language that is a mix of Arabic, Tamazight, French, Spanish, and English as well. So when we are using the word blasa, I know it is like took from like the French word like place, the English word, and it's become blasa with the timing. And I know Makan is from Standard Arabic, but we really cannot change things because that's how we speak. Like, even if I'm going to say, okay, you can use that, but in real life, we do not say that. So, yeah, there is like some difference. Proposition actually is like the most difficult thing in Darija, not even like the verse, because we use them differently from like, it's not like the same as in English. So, and we have multiple ones. After that's why basement wait, I don't get that. There is no kalima ajnabiya. There is no like foreigner word when it comes to Darija. That's like a no. Okay, is there is any questions? Like it's been like almost an hour, so I would really love to answer if there is any question, guys. And of course, like the next meeting is not going to be questions. Like I still will answer questions, but it will be like more of like a lesson on the small talk. I really wanted to do small talk today, but at the same time, I was so excited and I wanted to answer like your question, guys. That's why. Okay. So after 30 minutes, I am doing there is like a video of that I created today that you can like watch. Is about like you have to go to sleep like Khalid. It's late. Well, the video that I'm going to put on YouTube is about how to say I didn't understand, or I didn't get your idea, or I didn't get like what you mean. So there are like different ways, and that's what's just like part one that I'm going to be sharing. It's really good. It's really good to kind of like not just like use the sample words, not like always like using ما فهمتش ما فهمتش ما فهمتش, I didn't understand, because everyone going to use ما فهمتش, and it's kind of boring. Like Moroccans don't like really just like saying ما فهمتش. We kind of say like some expressions. Maybe we say like, well, hold on a minute, are you like for real? Even in English you would do the same thing. So make sure to like watch this video after like 30 minutes. I want to learn Darija words in for on below. Dahlia, it will be like very difficult to do so. So when it comes like to, for example, in is like f, but at the same time, sometimes we use f to mean at. So for is like sometimes we would use just like the L. For example, صفة message خويا to mean like to, but also it can mean for. Like for example, شوكولات ليك is like for you. So that's kind of, it depends on the verb that you are using. But I will try to make a video on it. I will complete your life soon, inshallah. Inshallah, Khalid. Kristen Mutbicher? Oh, yeah. I mean, Christina, like the guy that you're with, he's like super funny. It's like he always like use like a very like not boring sentences, and I love that. So mutbicher, it came from like the word mo. Mo is like the mother, is the mother of good. So we are tending to use like certain words. So he mean mutbicher, and we kind of emphasize it to mean I am the mothers of good, which means I am the top. I'm really good. So that's what he's using. So it's like the same when it comes to the adjectives. For example, even with the flirting, sometimes if like you see like a nice girl's like walking by, and you like the guy's talking about her, it's like, oh, what girl you talking about? And maybe she have like a long hair or like a big nose or something. They say, oh, the mother of nose or the mother of eyes, to mean like the biggest something, to make exaggerated. I said I'm studying Darija at the moment. Or most بخير, it's mean above good. It's mean that's amazing. That's great. That's top. It's above good. That's really good. So yeah, you can also add, like use it actually, Kristen. Next time he will tell you like كدايرة لاباس عليك, how are you doing? Fine. And you are like great. You can say like موت بخير, and that's mean above good. Amazing, like great. Perfect. It's all of the good meaning. It's like really good. You can also like say it for example, if someone like done you like a favor and say like, oh, are you good with this? You can say, oh, must be khair, which mean like more than good. If you get a chance, can you make a video about sentences that has French words and saying that Moroccans use that will be hard to understand? Okay. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there is a lot of French words that we use actually, and I think for the saying that Moroccans use, I think I've done some couple of videos. I have a lot of videos in my YouTube channel that I forgot like which one I did. Yeah, definitely I will make some sentences and make some videos for advanced also as well. نينتي ايش من مدينة في المغرب. أنا it's hard to say where I'm from. So when you are saying someone from where originally they are from, but كان تكون في سلا, it's like Sally, but we pronounce it sla. It's like next to Rabat. ما فهمتش عنك شيء, لكن المغاربة ما فهمتش الميم الموصولة بدون ألف في كلمة بدرجة. فهمت الفالوش. Yeah, I'm just like reading the Arabic one. Where are you from? Like you are like writing in your channel like Azuz al-Maghribi, like the Moroccan one, but you are using modern standard Arabic, and that's like confusing. But like the rules are not the same. So here is the thing. So people who studied like modern standard Arabic first and they studied the rules in modern standard Arabic, it's not the rule. It's not the same rules in like Derija. Most often, yes, there is like some rules are like literally similar. But what happens is because of the colony, like the French people who came long ago and the Spanish people who lived in Morocco, and also because actually the real people who lived in Morocco first, like the real Moroccans are like the Tamazight people. So the language that's been speaking in Morocco first is Tamazight. Then the Arabs came from Saudi Arabia, from Sharq, like from all of these places. And then what happened is the Arabic got mixed with Tamazight. And then the French people came, guys, like that's like the history. And like Moroccans will hear Tamazight people saying certain words, and they kind of took it from that, and they hear like French people speaking, and they kind of use the same words that like they kind of understood. And then the Spanish people came, and the same happened. What happened is become a mix of all of these languages. It's become less Arabic, more of Tamazight, more of French, and more of Spanish, and it's become like a really mixed one. And then like the English, like when like social media started and the movies and all of that, the young people started to use like English words. For example, if I want to say I'm stressed, I would not like use the Arabic or Tamazight or French word. I would say like and I'm stressia. So I would take the adjective from English and I will make it sound as like Darija, our Arabic word. So it's like same for preparation. So if I want to say I'm preparing for the exam, I would say أنا كان preparing for the exam. So the word prepare, so we took it from another language, we conjugated in Darija rules, and it's become a Darija word. So that's why Darija is kind of changing now. Like a lot of like young people started to use more English, and like the word is kind of changing. So like that's why I'm saying like Darija is not the same as Arabic. Arabic is say the same. You cannot change anything about it. It's pure. Like you cannot, like it does not take any words from any other language. Darija is a live language that's like kind of changing depending on the generation over the years. Okay. Yes, yeah, that's like you true. Like in Darija, like we actually drop the vowels. We hate the vowels, and my students know that. But what I love about my students is like in the future, like when I teach them like in a couple of like or like 3 months or something like that, and they start to become more of like advanced, they kind of start like dropping even more vowels and tell them like you become Moroccan. Okay, مراتي فاميلا كاينة في محمد. You would say الفاميلا, like the family of my, we literally most of in the sentences we say like the family of my wife, the son of my wife. So it kind of goes like this rhythm. So it's going to be the family of my wife. So my, not my wife's family. We never do that. So we would say like الفاميلا or like العائلة ديال مراتي, of my wife كاينة في المحمدية. Well, my brother lives in Muhammadiyah and I love Muhammadiyah. Muhammadiyah is near Casablanca for the others, and it's like a small city but it's very clean and I love it there, and I love the beach there. So sometimes I hear Moroccans say Marati instead of Marti. Marati in the chat, correct? Yeah, it's correct actually. It's like it's the same, like Marti or Marati, and Marti is kind of like more emphasized, but it's like literally the same. So the purest form of language still exists. What do you mean? Like about? Are you talking about modern standard Arabic? Yes. So modern standard Arabic, it stays the same. Of course, there is like the old Arabic and the new Arabic. If that makes sense. But Darija, like it's like changes. It changes over the years. I recommend there is a restaurant Darima in Muhammadiyah. I have not tried the restaurants in Muhammadiyah. Mostly when I go, like I just like stay with the family, and we normally cook at home and stuff. But yes, I love like recommending. So Elizabeth, if I ever like went to Muhammadiyah, I would definitely go to that restaurant. Okay, guys, if there is any questions, feel free to ask me before I go. I'm going to stop the live because I had a very long day. It's been a little bit crazy day, and I am still probably not going to sleep, but yeah. But after 20 minutes I am going to like you will find my new video on YouTube. Also, like for people who are interested in like the courses, there are different courses. They are the offline program for absolute beginners and for the grammar, and there is like a live one is going to start next week inshallah on Wednesday. But it's not for absolute beginners, so you need to know a little bit about the grammar. You need to know like the conjugation in past, present, and future. So if you are interested in any of the options, you can contact me so I can give you more information about it. And there is one sad information that I don't want to give, but it's not like 100%, but I think I'm actually going to do like one last group for the last time. So this group for pre-intermediates is going to be the last one for pre-intermediates, and in future when I'm going to do the advanced and intermediates, it's going to be the last groups because I have other plans and other projects, so I'm not going to be able to teach the online groups, which is sad. So but yeah, like we gotta do what we gotta do, but it's going to be other like resources, and I'm still going to create a lot of other things and a lot of other options, but we will see like what the future hide. You're very welcome. Men usually make a mess when they cook. Have you experienced such a situation? Yes, my father. I tell him, please, please don't ever cook if I'm not at home. I mostly like make food for him before I go out because I know if he's going to cook, he's going to make a huge mess at home, like at the kitchen. I will just like need to clean after him. So I will just like tell him like, please don't ever do that. That's the only experience I have with men at cooking. Yeah. Yes, so yeah, guys, like Assalamu alaikum. I hope that you enjoyed the live, and I will see you in the next one, probably after like a couple of days, or maybe we're going to do it on Saturday, something like that, and we're going to have a proper lesson on it then. And if you have any questions, you can like save them. This way, the next live, I can answer all of the questions, and we can have the lesson as well. You're very welcome, Christina, and I hope that you're going to have like amazing evening or night, depending on where you are. And I see you next time. Yes, Islama. Have a good night for everyone.